I'm sorry about this one, guys, but Jacob Scott got too caught up watching a couple live wrestling feeds from his home state of California. SoCal represent! Anyway, as apologies, I'm doing a 2-for-1 special once again, taking on the last episode from both WKW and WDW. So, pretty much, what happened this week? I'll tell ya. So for WKW, kicked off with Cyrus taking the mic saying, yeah, I beat Mustafa Ali's ass. I'm the best WKW champion. And Mustafa, you're not getting a rematch. But I caused Mustafa to come out. He's not going to take that for an answer. And they proceed to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other once more. Despite the fact that Ali is getting gravely injured with each time he's in a match. It might be to the point where the only way to get him out might be to temporarily suspend his contract, if that makes any sense. I hope it doesn't have to go to that point, but if any of Ali's body parts go into the purple zone, I personally think that might be the only logical choice of action here. So the first match that we had was the Dynasty Warriors, Travis Roberts and Drake Robertson, after a failed effort to try to get the titles from the Amazing Diamonds, taking on a ragtag team of Shelton Benjamin and the premier athlete Tony Nese. And I don't know what's going on with the Dynasty Warriors here. Like, they completely fell apart. I don't know if they even got any of their big moves in, and the match ended rather quickly with Shelton Benjamin dropping Travis with pay dirt for the 1, 2, and the 3. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if something's going to break down. Maybe due to the fact that maybe Sky's comments about Travis potentially being a cyborg might be true, since he just randomly turned around and punched Drake right in the face. I don't know. Could be dissension, or it could just be an off night. We're going to have to see as time goes on. So, the second match that happened was not actually a match. It was a promo. I jumped a gun. No, I lied. It is a match. Kyle Noble, who is now sporting a fresh new outfit and he still has that eye patch over his eye from that flaming table spot a couple weeks ago, taking on Zindahaku as a little revenge from when Noble powerbombed Haku through a table. No way Haku is going to let that slide. So they have a match and Kyle Noble is brutalizing as ever, but here's a little twist. Noble was going for a Noble sacrifice. Haku was actually able to kick out, and he dropped Noble with a brainbuster. 1, 2, 3. Kyle Noble actually took another clean pinfall loss. This has to be twice in WKW episodes now. But don't think that Zindahaku is going to be celebrating just yet. As a stranger in an anonymous mask, yes, an anonymous mask, ran out and attacked Zinda on Noble's behalf and dropped him with a pump handle Falcon Arrow, which, wow, maybe I was right about Noble getting some hired guns. I'm scared. So Kyle Noble took the mic right afterwards and gave a huge warning to everyone, not just Sky, not just Greg, not just Zinda, because Zinda already got his just desserts, not just the WKW roster, everyone in the WKW network. He's packing heat, and if anyone gets in his way, either he or that mysterious soldier that just helped him out will answer to any of those problems. So I really think Noble's going to stop at nothing until he completely gets what he wants. That title match at Wolfmania. So the third match that happened was a non-title match of Skomageddon with his title not on the line. It's non-title. Taking on Happy Cole. But Happy Cole has nothing to be happy about here, because for what seems like the second time in a row, Skomageddon squashed somebody. This time he easily squashed Adam Cole, Happy Cole, dropped him with that little spinning skeleton choke slam. 1, 2, 3. Skomageddon is on a streak, and he has no challengers for the Elimination Chamber. Wow. Impressive. So the fourth match that happened was Sky Slash taking on Kino Kabashi, who is currently on a little winning streak. It's a little one, not as impressive as Larry's streak was. And this is a pretty good match. Kino Kabashi was able to drop Sky with several of his big moves. At one point, he even hit his knee for the week on Sky. But we all know Sky, just when you think you have him beat, he always comes back with a second wind. I tripped over my tongue there. And Sky was able to get the win with the Hellhound Driver. I think he was about to use the Pandemonium Lariat, but he found he didn't have to because Kino didn't get back up from the driver. But then that same damn mysterious soldier came out and attacked Sky and dropped him with the pump handle Falcon Arrow. So Sky has been notified that there are indeed hired guns after him, but he was able to quickly learn the identity of one of them as he was walking towards the back, because, knowing Sky, he can secretly get a hold of company documents, and he found out that guy is simply known as Number 1. Which makes him wonder, and makes me wonder as well, who the hell is this guy? I hope that gets answered soon. So, that led to a fifth match of Jonah Barnett taking on Terry Terror in Barnett's singles debut here on the WKW network. Now, I will say this, these two really brought the fight together. So much so, I can really see a feud happening between the Ravagers and the Elites. Now, Terry Terror, as always, he was able to drop Barnett with quite a few of the power moves, but Barnett was able to come back with not just one, not just two, but three spinning Argentine cut neckbreakers in a row. 1, 2, 3. Barnett wins his singles debut. Now we just need to see what Sterling Syndicate can do for his singles match. And I realize I've jumped the gun again because MCon actually cut a promo before Kyle Noble's match where he was complaining on behalf of Diamond Knight that the Amazing Diamonds, they're taking on the same people and over. What the fuck? The entire roster that's being tossed in our direction is trash. Trash, 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 trash. Before he can say trash anymore, that caught out Triple H, and Triple H is all, so you think that the roster is trash? Well, alright. I'm going to give you a team, if Mr. Davis allows, and he will allow, that you have not faced before. And that will be in the main event, non-title. I just want to see how you two fight. So, that led to that very same match, where it was the Amazing Diamonds taking on Seth Rollins and AJ King from the Mob. Now, I will say this before the match begins. AJ King was definitely not at his full potential since the day before he had wrestled a match against a member of JCW, simply known as Thorn. And don't worry, I will cover that eventually. But it will be covered. The WKW versus JCW mini show. I'll have a little mini recap on that. Anyway, this was still a pretty good match with Seth Rollins trying to do his best to break the Amazing Diamond spirit, and AJ King once again snapping vertebrae in the spine with that double foot stomp to the back. Seriously, someone's got to tell him he can get very carried away and literally break someone's spine. Ouch. But the Amazing Diamonds were still able to recover, and they hit Diamonds Are Forever onto AJ King. And before Seth Rollins can get in, the 3 count was made. The Amazing Diamonds win. I'm sure tomorrow might have another chance soon. But that's it for WKW. Let's move on right away to WDW, where David Spencer comes out and he wants to address what's going on with the WDW title. And what he means by that is this. So basically, even though a member of JCW, that's Brett Myers by the way, won the WDW title, the title was immediately handed back by Brett's own volition to David Spencer. So, what I'm going to do is that instead of putting it in a tournament, I've gotten that suggestion multiple times, and it is a classic idea, always a great idea, but I don't want to do that. Instead, we already know Billy Huggins would rather go for the WDW title. I've just been told that's the title he wants to go for. So, the title will be on the line at Wolfmania. As for Billy's opponent, that will be determined by an Elimination Chamber match at, well, Wolf Chamber. And we will be having qualification matches throughout the next couple of weeks to determine who will have a chance to face Huggins for that title. Enjoy the show. And honestly, that's a very, very creative way to determine the contender, in my opinion. So that leads to the first match of the night, a non-title action. Gabriel Pierce going one-on-one with Taven. Now, we don't know a lot about Taven, but I do know this. He can really put on a snow flurry of attacks and put the hurt in very quick order. So, Pierce, be careful and all that. But, I mean, it was a very good match, but I don't think Pierce really had to be that careful. Right at the end, Taven was looking for his backpack driver, but Gabriel Pierce got out of it, clothesline Taven down, hits a critical face buster. 1, 2, 3. Gabriel Pierce does not have a contender just yet. But I'm sure, hey, it might have been a loss to Taven, but he'll bounce back. I know it. That led to the second match of the night where Momo from Samoa taking on a recently returned Cameron Rose of the Mob. And size difference easily came into play here, but Rose was showing Momoa he's not here to fuck around. He was even able to get Momoa to the outside via a diving move at one point, knocking the Samoan Giant to the ground. But right at the end, he was going to go for a running move, gets caught by Momoa into that spinning side slam of his. Momoa knows all. 1, 2, 3. Momoa knows he has the victory. Now, this led to Chris Bay coming out and angrily demanding, Gavin Watkins, get your ass out here right now. I want answers for your attack. So Watkins just beats around the bush with Bay, just completely trolling him like I've known him to do in past seasons. So Bay pretty much tells Watkins, I've had enough. Next week, you and I are going one-on-one in one of the qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. Whoever wins, we're going to have a shot at facing Billy Huggins. And I'm going to guarantee it's not going to be you. So, going from that promo, we get to our third match. A non-title match. The Wild Soldiers, your Wolfgate Tag Team. No. Not the Wolfgate Tag Champs. Remember, Jacob, you need to know the difference between the two titles, even though they couldn't have made it simpler. The LOA Wolf Tag Team Champions, the Soldier Maximus and Billy Wildcat, aka the Wild Soldiers, and their opponents, mystery opponents, I may add. Wait, hold on. Go back on the video feed. Raul! Go back on the video feed. I need to confirm something. Thank you. Ugh, it's that same fucker from WKW that attacked Zindahaku and Sky after their matches. Play the video back. Well, he and his partner, again, we don't know their names. They're simply known as Vigilante number 1 and Vigilante number 2. So, they're the Vigilantes. They took on the Wild Soldiers, and I will admit, they did put on a pretty good fight. So, they can actually fight and not just attack people when their backs are turned. And after taking Momoa out of the match after a wicked shot from the outside, the Vigilantes, Vigilante number 1 was able to hit that same pump handle Falcon Arrow onto Bill Launchad. 1, 2, 3. The Vigilantes are contenders for the Wild Soldiers' titles. Wow. I'd have to say, that escalated quickly. Let's just see what happens. Because even though Vigilante number 1 appeared on WKW, I've received word these guys are contracted to WDW, but they can still go to help out Kyle Noble. At this point, I really don't know how this situation is going to play out. That led to the fourth match where Will Wildside, Bill's brother Will, is taking on Chris Crimson in a one-on-one match, and it wasn't a squash, but it was a really, really quick match. I don't think Crimson has ever come across a guy as quick as Will Wildside before, and before Crimson knew it, Will was going up on the top rope. He had a 630 senton. 1, 2, 3. Will Wildside wins. Just like that. Oh, wow. I guess Will was bringing a lot of fight from that month-long fight with Isaac Mystery, which I guess ended now. Our fifth match on that broadcast was Billy Huggins, one half of the contenders for the WDW title, taking on Danger, who making a slight return, I might want to say. Now, Tiger did a very, very valiant effort, and at one point, this Luchador Kitty really, really was looking for one of his moves, but Billy Huggins not only dodged, he got him with the hobo kick. 1, 2, 3. Billy Huggins, keep on winning. You little hobo, we're going to keep a little victory streak going. Yes, you are. And then the last match throughout this whole week, a non-title match where Sean Martin, your current and new Wolfpack champion, takes on a returning Morpheus! And this was actually a really, really good match. Morpheus was trying his best to beat Martin so he could probably be a contender at some point in the future. But Martin was not going to have it. Martin has one championship and he does not want anyone to try and target it right now. That's 1 out of 8 that he needs before he will be happy. Martin was able to drop Morpheus with a rising flatliner. And 1, 2, 3. Sean Martin actually beat Morpheus. Wow. This rookie is actually making one hell of a progress. He not only is your new Wolfpack champion within a few months of debuting, but he also took down the Squash God? Holy shit! Is there anything that Martin can't do at this point, honestly? I need that answered. Now, even though Morpheus might have lost, David Spencer came out and told Morpheus, hey, listen, I understand you wanted your hands on the title, you returned, things didn't really go your way, but because you put on one hell of a match, I'm granting you entry into the Elimination Chamber alongside, and I realize it's my fault, I forgot to announce this, Will Wildside, since I forgot to announce, Will and Chris was an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So that's 2 people announced for the Chamber. We just need to wait and see in the coming weeks who will be the 4 remaining people. And that's something I'm really excited to see when the time comes. So that's what went down on WKW this week. What did you guys think? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below. And until then, this is Icy Hot Jacob Scott saying feel the fire, fear the cold, and most importantly, have a good night.